Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too.
Oh,
Nick Chiappetta.
that's me.
How are we feeling about the new shop?
Good. Anxious. Ready to get in.
With the old shop, so this is our last time that we'll really be doing any sort of content in here. Just kind of looking back on all the memories that you had, was there anything that stood out to you that meant a lot to you in the store?
I grew up in this store essentially, so a lot of things going back to, when my grandmother was, running it with my father and my mother, and they all came in, dealing with clients over and over. A lot of them now since, passed away and things like that. But dealing with the people, generations of clients that have come in that have either my grandfather, great-grandfather, grandmother, father, everybody has helped, and that's a big memory. The main one is I first met my wife. She was working across the street at Casinos. That is and was a big spot for all the Chiappettas that go there. So when we were 14, that's when I first met her. Didn't know at the time I was going to marry her, but fast forward, we're married, 2 kids. So that's probably the biggest memory.
So 2 brothers that have both met their significant other.
Yeah.
5 feet or maybe 100 feet.
A lot of magic in this corridor of Kenosha. So.
And then speaking of family, it's a family business, been around for 100 years. What has it been like for you to grow up in this family business and be a big part of what the future lies for it?
Yeah, it's very special. 102 years we've been around. A lot of Chiappettas, a lot of feet. And I'm kind of a history buff of sorts, so it's not, it doesn't come lightly that what that significance is 102 years. So most businesses can't, do that, or they don't. Luckily, this community supports a lot of businesses that have been around for a very long time, including a few in the Century Club like ourselves. So the community is very supportive of businesses like ours, which I think is why we are able to stay around as long as we have.
And then with this family business, what has it been like for you to be working directly with your brother, with your parents, every single day?
Good. Challenging at times.
Little hesitation there.
Well, it's the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. And a lot of people that I've talked to over the years that have worked with family, it's, ended one way or the other. A lot of the businesses that we have talked to that still currently work with family, they all know that it's a process. You got to treat each day uniquely and leave it at the door, because at the end of the day, you're still family. So whether you have disagreements with this, that, or the other, it's at the end of the day, it's always family. So you got to separate business from family, and I think a lot of people don't know how to do that, but luckily, we have been. But yeah, there's some commotion that can happen in the back. People are like, "You guys are yelling." You're like, "No, we're just talking. This is how we talk." But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all family. Have your disagreements. Try not to take it personal, whether it's with the business, but it's also the most rewarding.
So 100 years. So this has been the last 20 or so years in the shop. Mm-hmm. What do you guys feel like that you do so successfully that has given you the opportunity to grow again into a store that's about 3 times the space of what this currently is?
You got to be unique. We're problem solvers at the end of the day. We don't just sell shoes. We try to solve health problems, foot problems, live your best life. At the end of the day, and again, each customer is different. One might come in with plantar fasciitis or back pain, knee pain. They want to be as healthy as possible, live the best version of themselves. And at the end of the day, you got to be problem solvers. In the era where customer service has significantly declined, that's where there's opportunity to step up and show them why you're different, why you come to here, why you come to Chiappettas.
And that kind of leads me into next question, where you grew up in the family business, but it wasn't a forced decision for you to stay within the family business. So what was your reasoning for wanting to continue what your parents and your previous grandparents had built?
Yeah. My parents never forced us in. I'd say on the contrary, it was kind of always, if you want to do your own thing. Grew up in it though, from when I was 5, 6 years old. I tell clients all the time, my first crib was a 14 wide shoebox. So footwear, feet, a bit of my blood. And again, I think the big thing is keeping the family tradition going. But there was never any, hey, this is your plight in life, here's a shoehorn, get out on the sales floor. It's kind of what I know. And when I was, 6, 7, 8 years old, the old location on 22nd Avenue, if I wanted a G.I. Joe, all right, well, I need 3 hours, 4 hours of sweeping up. But that's also what's taught me my work ethic. I've always prided myself on being a hard worker. I always says nobody will ever work as hard as me. Might be more efficient than me, but not as hard as me. But I use that in all aspects of my life, whether it came to sports or most of the time academics, but here and there. But I think as far as me growing up in the business, it was kind of one of those things that I didn't know that I wanted to do, but then there was just a point in my life where I was like, this is it.
And then with the new store, where this is your first opportunity to really figure out what you guys are looking for in the new store, how it benefits the public, how it works great for you and your staff, what has been the thought process into building out the new shop?
Flow efficiency is the biggest thing, inventory space, but just better overall. We are kind of packed in here like sardines. Anybody who's come to any of our clearance sales or busy times in general, it's very cozy in here, and which also gives a nice allure effect. But we're at the point where we couldn't grow anymore, and we are focused on growth and offering more services, products, and then also expanding to other communities like the northern suburbs of Illinois, which has grown significantly in the last couple of years, which has also allowed us to grow into a bigger space.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Something I'm looking forward to. New office looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about touching drugs too much. Keep our distance.
Keep the conversations a little bit not all on top of you.
Yeah,
so.
you left me in the office, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't spend much time in the office, as you know.
Yeah, you are.
I have a desk and a chair, but
you're where the heart of the store is on the sales floor. Yeah. So, speaking of sales floor and just everything that it took to build out the new shop, what has the process been like from buying it a year ago in February to today? What have you learned?
I had a few less hairs and more grays too. It's been a process. I'm turning into my father, morphing into him over there. God help you all. But no, it's been a journey. Anything that's significant, there's going to be some bumps in the road. But also, looking back on it, you appreciate it more. It's been challenging. Anybody that's done anything from a home remodel to a new build to a business that, everybody keeps talking about supply chain issues, supply chain. It's a real thing. There's whether it's worker shortage or delays on, you name it, there has been. So patience has been top of mind, which is something I've struggled with my whole life. But at the same time, it's taught me to go with the flow a little bit more, and at the end goal will be worth it in the end. But it's been good. It's been challenging again. I'll be very happy when we open that door February 13th and let everybody in.
We got a date.
That's it.
Feels
February
good.
13th.
With the new store, what is something that you are most excited for to showcase?
Showcase. The overall layout did a very good job. As far as the flow of things, the Podorthic, the workshop, the lab, it's very cool that we did. It allowed us to. It's going to let our clients in, see what we do in the back. That we are actually working back there. We're not just all talking and having a good time, which we do. but at the same time, showing a different aspect of it. Again, having more services, more products, and then just having a better flow. So everybody's a little bit more comfortable, but we still wanted to keep it warm. We wanted to keep it Chiappetta Shoes. We're not branded out by you name what brand, and it's our store, it's our name. 102 years of our family, blood, sweat, and tears have gone into it, and that's also what has allowed us to kind of make this new store our new home.
And during the whole process, I'm sure it has not been easy on your family. How supportive have they been throughout the whole process?
Very good. I have a great wife. A lot of late nights after I get the kids down, going back to the new shop, especially as of late. When you have a 1-year-old that's teething, you don't get much sleep in general. But on top of that, with that, it's been good. But I have a good family structure, good parents, brother, everything like that. But yeah, I have had a lot of support, which helps.
Did you have a good idea of what it was like to be a business owner before you started working full time in the shop, or was that something that you started to learn more in all the responsibilities and time that it takes to keep everything running?
Yeah, I mean, touching back, my parents did a great job teaching us all aspects of the business. And even my grandmother at times, when she was in the business, just being immersed in it, you learn everything that goes into it. It's not just welcoming somebody in, selling them a product, and then also communicating with your team, your staff, having a rapport with them, having them feel like part of the family too. So at the end of the day, there's a lot that goes into a business, a lot of things that you don't see in the back. But yeah, whether it's cleaning toilets, to sweeping, to stocking, to selling, to managing payroll, you name it. There's a million things, which is also why I'm not at my desk a lot, because I'm always called to different areas. But I credit my parents on that for teaching me at a young age, being immersed in the business, and seeing it. It's something you don't learn in school, even though I did go to school. That's not something that is inherently taught in these education systems.
And then with the new store, we're days away from recording. We see what it looks like. What can you tell our audience as far as what is the new era of Chiappetta Shoes and what does that look like?
New era is blended still with the old in mind. And what I mean by that is we will not lose our DNA when it comes to customer service, fitting, offering the best version of yourself as you can live, being problem solvers, but just bringing in a little bit more updated look to it, more selection, and also just being able to be as more efficiently as possible. That's the ultimate goal there.
And just to thank, we already thanked your family.
Yeah.
Thanked all the support system. Thanked our staff. As far as customers, clients, I'll let you take this one away as far as looking directly in the camera and just saying your thanks to all the people that have come into the store and helped us get to the next era of Chiappetta Shoes.
All right. Thank you to all the clients that have come through these doors over 102 years. We have an excellent community, and I appreciate every single one of you that have come and supported, whether it's me, my brother, my parents, my grandmother, my grandfather, great-grandfather, anybody who has supported the Chiappetta family. We've seen a lot of feet in these over these years, and we appreciate every single one of them, even down to that last bunny and corn. It's been a good life, and we have appreciated every single one of you who have made us part of your routine. And then to also the extending communities that have either traveled north or south that have come seen us over the years. We're one big family, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you.
All right, that's a wrap. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for giving me this time today.
All right.
I don't get it much, but I'll take it today.
There's your time.